So to find the answer to this question, I did quite a bit of work. I searched PubMed for the term low-dose naltrexone. I found a couple hundred articles. I read 23 of them that are the most relevant to our field. And here's what I found. Fibromyalgia seems to be the disease in which LDN is the most commonly used and for which it may be the most effective. In one paper, a review of 6 smaller studies, they saw an overall trend of modest improvement in pain and general FM symptoms of about 15 to 30%. So not spectacular, but better than nothing. In a retrospective review of patients with chronic pain who were prescribed LDN at any Mayo Clinic location for over a 14-year period, 65% of people prescribed LDN subjectively reported benefit with respect to pain, and of those, 60% had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So this is very encouraging. However, there are 2 recent studies out of Denmark by 2 different research groups. Both randomized controlled trials looked like pretty decent methodology, using LDN, one at 4.5 milligrams, one at 6.0 milligrams, and neither study found any improvement in pain. So I would say the jury is still out. What about mecfs? So there was a lot of buzz after a Finnish team published a retrospective chart review of over 200 patients with mecfs diagnosed using the Fukuda and the Canadian consensus criteria. 74% of the patients had reported to their physician, because this wasn't a clinical trial, this was just going back and looking in the charts whether patients reported benefit or not. So 74% of the patients reported an improvement in at least one symptom, and 50% reported improvement in 2 or more symptoms. The symptoms measured included alertness, physical performance, cognition, pain, and fever. Now, while this is encouraging, remember that most people with ME have dozens of symptoms, not just 1 or 2. What about long COVID? Long COVID's a little bit too new to have any randomized control data yet, but there are 2 enticing chart reviews. So one was done by Nancy Klimas's group at Nova Southeastern University. They found that LDN was equal in impact to amitriptyline. Amitriptyline is an older antidepressant and one of the most effective drugs when used in low dose for people with chronic pain, fibromyalgia, sleep problems, and depression. And they found that LDN was superior or better than duloxetine, another antidepressant often used in patients with chronic pain. But the LDN didn't only act on mood and pain, it also improved shortness of breath, brain fog, and fatigue in people with long COVID. Another review of real-life patients, this time at Stanford, found that LDN helped many of them with fatigue, sleep, and post-exertional malaise. To read more about LDN, and if you want to see the references upon which I based this video tip, you can go to my free blog page, www.eleanorsteinmd.ca/blog. And if you can't remember that or it's too hard, just go to my homepage. At the top, there's a drop-down menu called Free Resources and Helpful Blogs. I believe it's the second one down. Also in that drop-down menu, there's a ton of free resources, including videos, audios, publications, and other really useful websites. So good luck with your decision about LDN. I hope this was helpful.